Chapter 76. Jen. When I stumble downstairs in the morning, wearing a ragged pair of pyjamas, the first thing I see is the biggest bouquet of flowers on the kitchen table, and Michael. "What are you doing here?" He jumps to his feet. "Jen, I love you. I'm sorry. Please forgive me," he blurts out in one breath. "Nice flowers." My eyes flick to the elaborate bouquet again. "I should have told you," he says. "It was so wrong of me." "You're actually admitting you did something wrong?" I say skeptically. "Yes." He looks at me, pleading. "I can't stand being lied to," I say. Aunt Chevy walks in, looks at the two of us, and then turns to walk back out again. "Sorry for interrupting," she calls over her shoulder. "What do you want me to do?" he asks, clear desperation in his voice. "Be honest with me," I say. "Yes," he nods. "And what about the marathon?" "Just tell them you can't do it. Sign up for a different one." "Okay." He swallows but nods. I wait for him to argue, but he doesn't. "Do you want some juice?" I ask, walking to the fridge. "No thanks," he says, and something in his tone makes me look over at him again. "What?" I ask. "Someone videoed what happened outside the pub yesterday." "Sorry, what?" I shut the fridge door, making it shudder. "It's online, just so you know." "Where?" "It's been shared on different platforms." He shrugs. "I just didn't want you to be surprised by it." "Show me." He pulls it up on his phone. I watch the clip with a sense of horror. That's me, the girl with the pink umbrella. I look mad. I can see the view count is sky high and it's still being shared. "Are the kids at school going to see this?" I ask immediately. "There were some Year 11 boys outside the pub last night." I groan. It would be them. "David thinks that some journalists might turn up at school tomorrow," Michael continues. He suggests that we make a statement. "I can't think about this right now," I snap, grabbing the kettle. Juice is not enough. I need caffeine. "I can write it if you want," he says. "I just need to apologise to Bradley and his family and tell people that their money will be refunded." Just the thought of that poor kid makes my insides turn over. "Slow down," I say, and take a deep breath. "Look, I need some time to process all this. I'll see you in school tomorrow and we can work something out then. Don't say anything to the press. Please." "Okay," he nods. "Jen, you know I love you more than anything, don't you?" "I know," I say, but I'm still too angry to say it back. I'd love to say I wake up on Monday morning feeling madly in love with Michael and ready to forgive him and move forward to the wedding, but I don't. After talking through every possible angle on the situation with Katie, she had to go back to uni, and I had to think about what I was actually going to teach this week. I kept checking my phone for updates on the video, and Dina and Claire were posting on our group with advice too. Claire: "That's going to be a PR firestorm if he pulls out of the marathon." Dina: "Should have thought about that before he signed up then." Me: "He signed up for the marathon in October, before we even got together." Dina: "So why'd he book the wedding on the same day?" Claire: "Human error, Dina. He said he made a mistake." Dina: "That's true." Me: "I don't like it, but I don't like landing him in it either." Claire: "Why can't you suggest that people's donations support someone else running?" Dina: "Because they wouldn't go to the kid with cancer then." Me: "I don't want to have to cancel my wedding." Dina: "You should not have to do that." Claire: "Look, hear me out, but can't you push the ceremony back a little later to give him more of a buffer zone?" Dina: "Are you actually suggesting that he should do it?" Claire: "I think he's in a difficult position. He's trying to honour a prior commitment. Aren't you always criticising guys for not doing that?" Dina: "His commitment should be to Jen first." Me: "I'm going to bed now." As I arrive at school wearing a slightly crumpled white shirt with a navy pinafore dress, my head isn't feeling any clearer. I shut my car door, grab my tote bag and see Michael and David standing outside the main entrance, surrounded by a small group of people. Journalists. I can see David gesturing and Michael looking unusually helpless. I pull my bag strap over my shoulder and tighten my jaw. I head straight towards them. God, I don't know what to do. I don't know what to say. Help me. Is it true that you booked the wedding on the same day as the marathon to achieve 2 life goals in one day? One journalist asks, holding a notepad. There's a camera too. Is it true that the video captures the moment your fiancé found out the truth? No, I answer coldly, pushing my way through the small group to reach Michael. I take his hand. He squeezes it. Have you spoken to the family of the boy you're fundraising for? Another voice asks. How will they respond to this news? Are you still going to run the marathon? Are you still going to marry Michael? The questions are fired at us simultaneously. I feel Michael's eyes on my face. Yes, I'm still going to marry him, I say, as if any other response would be ludicrous. And yes, he's still going to run the marathon. Michael is a person who honours his commitments, and I respect that. It's one of the many reasons I love him. I pass my tote bag to David, who dumbly takes it, then throw my arms around Michael's neck and kiss him. He hesitates for a nanosecond before wrapping his arms around me and squeezing me so tightly I can barely breathe. We will release a statement later, I tell the press. David, what's Adele's YouTube channel called? Dressed to Perfection by Adele, he says mechanically. We will make a statement on Adele's channel, I say, as long as she agrees to it. Now we need to go and teach. I pull Michael inside the heavy double doors with me, leaving David to stutter a marching order to the group. Did you mean it? Michael asks me immediately. Which part? I ask. All of it. Of course I did. I start to laugh. I thought you would never forgive me. So did I. I love you, he says, his hands clasped over mine. I love you too, I reply. Now ask David to free us up so we can sort this out together. Ahem. I look up and see David, lingering sheepishly by the door, having just left the press. Would you like me to ring Adele? Michael looks nervously at me. His jaw drops when I smile. Yes, please, David. That would be very helpful. I'm going back on camera, but this time I'll be ready for it.